Hello and welcome to ROKStudios in Asia Pacific. My name is Gurvin Kaur and I am the Regional Content Lead. And today in the studio, I'm joined by Nathan Juchau. He is the Sustainability Manager at Newcastle Coal Infrastructure Group. Hi Nathan, nice to have you.
Nice to be here.
So perhaps begin by explaining what it is that you do as Sustainability Manager and also about the company. What are you involved with in relation to coal?
Yeah, so my role as Sustainability Manager means I'm directly accountable for things like engagement with stakeholders, environmental compliance, environmental management, community engagement in particular, but also leading the sustainability practice across our business, helping to guide the business on what's good practice and about what's important for our business in the sustainability space. NCIG, just a quick snapshot, we're a coal export terminal. We're operating out of the Port of Newcastle. We're an infrastructure owner and operator. And we take coal miners' product, which is coal, stack it into stockpiles and assemble a cargo and then load it onto a ship. And those ships primarily go to Southeast Asia.
Okay, got it. Okay, so you mentioned sustainability, which is the topic we are going to be discussing. And that is something that has become a very hot topic.
Yes.
Globally, in boardrooms, where increasingly businesses are expected to act and demonstrate how they are managing climate change. So as a coal-centric organisation, what are the pressures that NCIG is facing?
Certainly, rightfully so, climate change risk is becoming prominent and there's a lot of questions being asked. And us as a coal-centric business, certainly been asked a lot of questions around what are we doing to do our part and be a positive influence or be a positive part of the reaction to climate change risk. So yeah, we've been looking at environmental risk since we began operations in 2010, but certainly the last 4 or 5 years that climate change risk, ESG factors have come up and our stakeholders are asking some pretty probing and deep questions around what are we doing. They want to know what are the things that NCIG are going to do to be a good partner.
So what are the steps exactly that has been taken with regard to sustainability for your own operations as well as for your customers?
First step is to acknowledge that this is something that we need to take seriously and take some action on. So we did that by engaging through the business, particularly at the executive level of the board. So understanding the risk, all acknowledging we need to do something different and run our business differently. So that's the first step. And then developing a strategy which is right fit for NCIG. It needs to be a strategy that's in the context of our business. We're a coal terminal. We're going to have a different strategy to a charitable organisation. So what are the things that we can do to make a difference and what are the things we should be concentrating on? So we put a lot of work into that and a big part of that's being engaging with our stakeholders, having those conversations around what should be our priority issues, what are the things we should focus on, and again, marrying that with our business objectives and outcomes we need to drive.
Talking about the strategy, right, how has that impacted the overall business strategy of how NCIG operates now?
There's certainly factors now that are core to our business which are relatively new, but it's just a change in focus. Some of those things are a bit peripheral to our core business before, now we've brought them in. Things like emissions management is something that we're very conscious of now. Before we used to call it energy efficiency, we're working on that, and now we're very focused on emissions management. And those ESG elements, environmental, social governance elements, are certainly our core to our business. We're doing a lot of transparent reporting on that. They're very visible in our business and how we're tracking against the targets we've set. And target setting is an important part of adequate performance, delivering what you say you're going to do.
Okay. So what would you recommend to like a peer who is trying to figure out the best ways to be more environmentally sustainable?
Yeah, it's daunting. It's daunting to start at the start, and there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of things that people want you to do. There's many systems, many processes. So again, going back to what's important, setting those priorities first, talking to your stakeholders, understand your business, understand where you can make a difference is the first thing. Engaging your workforce is really important. It's one thing to set these objectives, you need to deliver. If you don't deliver, they call it greenwashing, and we're very conscious of that. So engaging the workforce, that's where good ideas or initiatives and all the drive comes from. So that's the third thing. And then being very transparent.
Well, those are really great tips that I think applies beyond just sustainability, right? In
Yeah,
some
I think so.
cases.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty fundamental to
Yeah,
any
it
sort of
is.
business imperative there.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Nathan.
No problems at all. It's been a pleasure.
And if you would like to learn more about what we're doing for ESG, also visit rockwellautomation.com. Thank you.